They don't want you. They don't want you. You actually have to be likable to find someone.
Do you ever think about, like, the recent propaganda with men, like the male loneliness epidemic?
Today, we confront the hypocrisy behind the so-called male loneliness epidemic. They mock men for hiding emotion, then mock them for showing it. Let's talk about it. Subscribe for more. Stay sharp, stay aware. Let's begin.
Do you ever think about, like, the recent propaganda with men, like the male loneliness epidemic and, like, all this stuff, when they literally built their brand on not having emotions? They literally built it on that, which is stupid as hell. And, like, we could go into why and all the philosophical reasons why. But, like, then you expect me to feel bad for you when that's something you could easily switch. Like, just be a nice person. Just respect other people. You're not fighting against a system of oppression, right? Unless it's, like, intersectional. Then, okay, fair. But still, even...
Oh, shut up.
The male loneliness epidemic. Yes, I've seen the headlines. But let's be clear. This isn't propaganda. It's the aftermath of decades of conditioning men to suppress, provide, and protect, only to be mocked when they falter. You say men built their brand on not having emotions. No. Society built that brand, forged it in expectation, hammered it with ridicule, then turned around and scolded them for wearing the armor you demanded they never take off. Now you shrug and say, just be nice? How quaint. As if thousands of years of social programming can be undone with a self-righteous Instagram reel. You're not addressing the system. You're mocking the symptoms. And, ironically, demanding empathy while giving none.
Then that you could be a better person. And it's like, being emotional is our brand. You criticize us for it forever. You're still criticizing us for it. And then yet you're begging us to pay attention to your emotions. Like, you don't even make any sense. Which is another tenet of your brand, that you're logical. You're not even logical. So what do you have? What are you? What are you? Oh, I bet you want a woman to tell you. You bet you want a woman to define it for you, right? Right.
So, let me get this straight. You ridicule men for lacking emotional expression, then scoff when they try. You mock logic, then complain when chaos follows. You ask, what are you? As if masculinity needs your approval. As if the identity of men must be handed to them by women. Let me clarify it for you. A man is not a puppet waiting for a script. He is not defined by your feelings, nor your contradictions. He defines himself. You don't want logic, you want compliance. And when you don't get it, you call it toxic.
They don't want you. They don't want you. You actually have to be likable to find someone.
The fact that women don't need men to survive anymore has caused the male loneliness epidemic. Men had to manufacture a sense of need for their presence. And you don't know how to be desirable to women, so you're lonely.
Aw. Aw. Thoughts and prayers.
I see. Men are lonely because women don't need them anymore. And your response is, aw, fascinating, mocking the very loneliness you helped cultivate. Tell me, do you feel powerful now?
So I heard there was a male loneliness epidemic on the rise right now. I've been hearing it for a while, and I would just like to say a few things. I was really lonely in my marriage to a man, and I much prefer being alone. Like, the women are choosing to also be alone. It's not a male loneliness epidemic. I think it's more women have more rights. We have more financial freedom. We are able to provide for ourselves. So why would we subject ourselves to constant abuse from a man? We don't want to put up with your lack of emotional regulation. We don't want to be your mother and then the mother of your kid. We can do this shit ourselves. We are also lonely. We are just better at being alone. When we're lonely, when women are lonely, we don't pew some schools, some churches, some concerts. We sit at home and we create beautiful things.
What?
You hear there's a male loneliness epidemic, and your first instinct is to mock it, to frame your own solitude as noble and men's as weakness. You say you're tired of being our mothers, tired of emotional labor. But when men shut down or walk away, that's a problem too. It's not about men being lonely. It's about you losing control of the narrative. You wanted the upper hand. Now that men are stepping back, not chasing, not playing the game, suddenly it's go to therapy, or be better for us. We're done chasing approval, especially from those who weaponize it.
And if you have kids, I have kids, we focus on our children. We create a little sanctuary for them. I make soap. When I get lonely, I make soap. I don't choose violence. I think women are better off being alone. And I think if there really is a male loneliness epidemic, fellas, now would be a good time to go to therapy. If your wife ever said, we need to go to therapy, you need to go to therapy, and you never did, so she left you, now would be a good time. Because women will date you. Women will want to be with you if you are a good, healthy, emotionally healthy partner. It's not a male loneliness epidemic, and it doesn't fall on the women's shoulders because you are lonely. Stop blaming us and look inward. Because now that women have a choice, now that we are able to more fully choose what we want to do with our lives, and we're not choosing you, that's a you problem. That is not an us problem. You are our natural predators. If you think about it, like, why would we want to risk that? That's scary. It could cost us our life. Women have a choice. We have a choice, and we're not choosing you. That's a reflection of you. But I will say, kudos to the men that are actually going to therapy and putting in the work to be a healthy partner. They're not going to be lonely.
You say you're not choosing us, and frame that as power. But here's the truth. You didn't level up. You just opted out of accountability. You call us predators. Then wonder why men don't feel safe expressing themselves around you. You talk about choice, yet can't accept when men make theirs. We're not angry. We're not broken. We've just stopped explaining ourselves. We're no longer here to fix, to prove, or to audition. We found peace in silence. And that silence speaks louder than your blame ever could.
If this message made sense to you, like the video. Subscribe for more unfiltered logic. Emotions fade. Algorithms don't. Let them know you're still thinking.